Coming up, I do a full review of Argentium Halo de Lune from the French house Lark. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. This is Joel the Nose coming to you from Miami. And excuse me, but I'm having an allergy attack today, so I'm a little stuffed up. So hopefully everybody can hear me just fine. I'm doing a full review of Argentium Halo de Lune. I'll just say Argentium from the French house Lark. That's L''ARC, Lark. And this is a really cool French niche house that was founded by, his name is Maître de Claude, and actually is an architect by training. Very similar to the American niche house Arquiste, which you've seen me do some reviews of. So the bottle, which I'll show you here, I'll put up a picture from Osme, my perfumer here. Super cool designs. All their bottles are designed with just such minimalistic but yet modern looking style that I really love it. So there's a picture, and let me just go ahead and show you a picture also, or a video of me spraying the bottle here so you can kind of see the atomizer is awesome. You get a great spray from it. So I just want to get that there. All right, now onto the fragrance. 2017 release, so this is pretty new. It's an eau de parfum. It's technically classified as a unisex. I would say it goes more masculine for me on my skin. It's also classified as a fougere woody, and fougères are classically masculine scents. So I think this is a fougere, and I do think that this is more masculine for me. On the top, you have orange, cardamom, and Artemesia, which is wormwood. For those who don't know what wormwood is, or Artemesia, it's like wormwood. The heart notes are nutmeg, oud, and saffron. And then at the base you have amberwood, musk, and sandalwood. For this retails for around $215 for 100 ml. So you get a big bottle. That's a very, I think, fair and good price for such a high quality niche fragrance. And this is part of their Memoire Collection. They have different collections. This is part of their Memoire Collection. So let me jump right into it. I sprayed this at the store, and I also have a decant. As you can see, the decant is what I've been wearing since earlier today. And I just want to show you so you can kind of see my reaction here. I'm also wearing it, by the way, on the insides of either of my arms. So here we go. And to me, right off the bat, this is very classic fougere. I love the smell. I love fougères that are done right. This is clearly done correctly, in my opinion. I don't get a lot of orange, actually. I get the wormwood. And if you know anything about wormwood, it's kind of a dry, aromatic, dusty smell. And that's how this comes across on the top. And so I get this mostly of the wormwood or Artemesia and the cardamom. The orange, I think, is there more to round that out, those other two. It's more of a complementary note. I don't really get much orange at all coming through. So I wouldn't say this is a citrusy top at all. And very appealing. It's almost a little nutty, too, the smell. And I think that's more for the cardamom, but it's pretty interesting. Very savory, almost like sage. So again, picture being in a desert and seeing a bush or a tree, and you go up and you smell it. It's a little dry, it's aromatic, it's arid. That's what I get here. And also a little bit of a tobacco smell. I don't think this is a tobacco fragrance, but at the top, I do get a little bit of a tobacco smell. And that's what I get at the top. Very, very enjoyable. Very good on my skin. These type of scents do very well on my skin, and it's awesome. After about an hour, when it starts to dry down, the saffron in that mid-heart range kicks in for me. And it also gets a little kind of sweet and resinous. I think that's for the amberwood. And that kind of kicks in around that time too. I don't really get the oud. For me, this is a very subtle oud fragrance. Kind of like maybe oud for greatness. A lot of the oud fragrances that come out now are trying to introduce people into oud. So the oud is kind of like sitting there under these other notes, trying to come out, but it doesn't quite come out. And for me, that's nice because I can be honest with you, can deal without being that kind of stinky, pungent oud, although I know a lot of people love it. For me, I like it like this, where it's sitting there, but it's not quite poking through. Again, after then about 2 hours, the amber becomes more warm and sweet, and it definitely becomes more masculine at that point. So it's more of a fougere. To me, this is like a very timeless, elegant fragrance. The sandalwood also, after a couple hours, starts to kick in and becomes creamy and warm and almost a little powdery, but not too powdery. And it's the kind of scent that I can't stop smelling all day on my hand. So I had put this on the back of my hand as it just did. The whole day I wore this, could not stop smelling it. And I know a fragrance is great for me on my skin when the whole day am going like this. And that's what I was doing all day with this. I got a good over 8 hours on my skin, on a nice skin scent. I got a projection for about a good 2 hours around my head because, as I always do when I initially put it on, I put it on the back of my left hand. I put it on either side of my wrist, the back of my neck. I'm sorry, once on the back of my neck and then on either side of the front of my neck. And I got that nice helmet for a good couple hours. I got a good skin scent after that for up to about a good 8 hours. So this lasted all day for me. So it's going to last the whole workday for you, whatever. And lastly, I'll just describe it as this. To me, this is a subtly complex fragrance, which is what I love about a fragrance that is complex, but yet not like over the top. Because it starts out with that wormwood, cardamom, dry, aromatic, desert-like, and then it goes into that saffron, gets a little sweeter, and then it gets into this warm, sweet embrace. So I feel like you start out in a desert, and then through the day you're traveling from the desert, and then you eventually come into a warm and white, inviting force that just is like a warm hug. That's how I would describe this. Very pleasant, very great fragrance, very high quality in my opinion, very good on my skin. These type of fragrances do very well that are warm and sweet, but not overly sweet. But yet it's also dry and aromatic at the top. So again, very complex fragrance going on here, but you got to pay attention to it. It's not going to shout complexity. It's not going to shout out at people. It's going to, I think, bring them in when they get in close. They're going to love this. I think this will be very well for men, and I think women will love it on men. So there you go. If you have any comments, please leave them. If you haven't been a subscriber yet, I would hope that you would now. And if you like the video, please like it. Again, subscribe. Santa may even give you some extra gifts. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this video, taking the time out of your day. And have a great day, everybody. Thanks.